Hi everyone, Natasha here, and around my home today I am in my office. We are getting super close to Christmas, so everyone is very excited. My daughter is at school now, but she has a half day today, so I don't have much time before I'll need to go grab her, and we'll have the afternoon to just relax and get super excited about Christmas in a few days. So I hope you're enjoying your week and getting excited for the holidays as well. So today we're going to be talking about what's in store for the Beautifully Organized in 52 Weeks series. So stay tuned for that and welcome to my office. Welcome back to my home. I'm so glad you're joining me today for another episode in Beautifully Organized in 52 Weeks. It's hard to believe we are getting so close to the end. We are now down to week number 50. And I know for most of us, we are really gearing up for the holiday season. You might have already had some of your holiday gatherings with family and friends or neighbors or school projects or work parties, all the things. So I know we have a lot going on, and this week is a really easy week. And I think it's actually pretty timely because as we're celebrating the holiday season, you might have some downtime, and this would be a great project to tackle if you have a day where you're just sort of relaxing at home and not a lot going on. And if it doesn't work out, you can always put it on your list for a few weeks from now when the holidays are over and you might just be settled into a more calm season of life. So for this week, for week number 50, Nikki talks about organizing your paint storage. So you might have your paint stored in your garage or in a shed. You might have it like us down in the basement. We just have one shelving unit on the end of the basement wall where I keep all of the paint. We have a few cans of paint that came with the house, and I've kept those just because they have the label and the color and the things I need, even if the paint isn't good. And I have, of course, the new ones that we purchased as we sort of spruced things up and got settled in the house. So there's definitely some things on that shelf that I could go through and pare down. Nikki talks about if you don't want to store a big paint can for just a small amount of leftover paint, that you can pour that paint into a mason jar and just make sure you label the jar with the brand and the color and the name and the style number and all of that. So that way, if you ever need to get more, you can, but it's a lot more accessible in that mason jar versus the big paint can. Plus, you won't run the risk of the can starting to deteriorate. I have opened old cans of paint and the paint was okay, but then the rust that was forming around the lid started to fall in, and then that creates other problems. So it's a good idea if you're going to be storing that little bit of paint long term, you might as well store it in a little bit better way. The other thing I think is helpful is if you have some sort of a home maintenance binder, it's good to have a list in there of each room and what paint colors you've chosen for those rooms, so that if you ever have to go get more, you have it right there. It's an easy reference page to use. And I love this tip from Nikki. She said on the main light switch in each room, take off the plate that covers that light switch, and on the back of the plate, you can write the brand and the style number and the color that you've chosen to paint that room. So if you ever need to find out what paint is in that room, you just take off the light switch cover and you've got all your information right there. And I thought that was such a clever way to store that information and make it where it's really easy to find and you know where to look for it. So leave me a comment and let me know if you'll be working on any paint storage projects this week, or if you're just going to be enjoying the holidays, which is totally fine too. That's mostly what we'll be doing. But if I'm kind of sitting around with not a lot to do, and in our case, our extra recycling and gift storage and all that, the gift wrapping storage is all in the basement. So I could see myself being down there doing some gift wrap cleanup and just step over to the paint storage area and see what I can tidy up there too. Something else I like to keep on hand is just an old plastic wash tub that has like the paint tape in there, a scraper, any rollers or paintbrushes I have. If I have any paint thinner, I'll have a little can of that I keep in there. So it's just sort of this little tote bin that I can take out, and it has all the paint supplies that I need. So that's another way you can make your paint supplies a little more beautifully organized. So before I forget, let's tuck our card for week number 50 to the back of the box. We are really getting close to the end now. And I'm excited to be thinking we have just a couple more Fridays and we'll be all wrapped up with this entire series. So I hope you feel like you've made your home more beautifully organized as you've gone through this. And if you're like me, I could see myself also going back through and revamping some areas next year. So it's a good resource for whenever you want to get to different areas, just to come back and find the video for that area. So other than that, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy the holiday season. I'm sending you my peace, love, and joy, and I hope that this finds you well. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a good one, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.